For those of you who came here because some algorithm deity sent you, I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that to you. If you want to skip ahead, I completely understand. Go for it. Just understand two things before you go. One, my phone's audio did not pick up the band too well at times. It was more focusing on the fans around me who were singing along and screaming and all of that. So the audio quality may be eh. Two, I was too busy dancing around and enjoying myself, honestly, to focus the camera very well at times. So the editing may be a little weird because I'm cutting out the bits where I'm focusing on someone's back instead of the stage. So with that said, go ahead forward, judge me all you want on it. I've given you my caveat. Enjoy. For those of you sticking around for this part, hi, welcome. Yes, a novel Strumpet adventure. I went to the Stray Kids concert here in Los Angeles on Sunday, April 2nd. Here is the little signs we all got from some people walking around handing them out to hold up at a specific moment in the concert. Anyone who's familiar with Stray Kids will know the moment I'm talking about. But I love this. This more than anything, it is adorable. So for the people who made this, I am so sorry, I don't know who you are, but thank you. And thank you for everyone who gave this out to us, and I love it. I was trying to put it up here behind me, but what did I just, oh, my vampire night pins. I was gonna put it back up here, but it reflects the light too much, so not doing that. Yeah, so this elder fangirl, Gen X, upper 40s woman, went to a K-pop concert, but novel Strumpet, you say. How'd you get into Stray Kids? Well, glad you asked. Fandom, like everything else. One fandom leads me into another fandom, and there we go. So some people that I was following on social media were really into some other fandoms I'm into, and then one of them was doing K-pop reactions and showing it to some of the other people that I follow, and I was like, I'm gonna watch it because I knew K-pop was becoming super popular. It's not a genre of music I would necessarily listen to or would be on channels that I would listen to because for the most part, the channels I listen to are gonna be, oh God, this hurts, the classics, which would be the 80s and 90s because that's my generation. And look, you will be there one day, okay? So don't judge. Or like alternative rock, and they don't generally play K-pop. Although I will say one of the stations I do listen to will play Coldplay, and I know they did the collaboration with BTS, so I've heard that song. And then the BTS song they did on the Grammys, which I apologize to ARMY, I don't remember what song that was. But I remember watching that because I wanted to see this group that I was hearing about everywhere. And yeah, super talented. I completely 100% understand why ARMY is ARMY and they're huge fans of the group. I admit I have yet to find the BTS song that does it for me, but I recognize their talent. It is there. So over the past few years, you know, I've been hearing about this rise of K-pop. So every now and again, I will try and find someone who's listening to something, and especially in the past, I would say 2 or 3 years, trying to just familiarize myself with the genre because I'm always curious why something's so popular or a certain artist or what have you. And then back to me watching some of these people I follow doing K-pop reactions. They were doing it to multiple K-pop groups, and so I watched all of them because, again, I was just curious. I wanted to see. I can't tell you who they are right at the moment, but again, I was impressed. I understood it. Wasn't doing anything for me, but I got it. Then they got to Stray Kids. And the song that did it, and you will understand the irony of this, was Venom. Which, if you know the lyrics for Venom, you know it's all about being caught up in something or someone's web and not wanting to escape. The other irony of Venom is I am a huge arachnophobe, and the fact that there are spiders, even though they're mechanical, all up in that video. Yeah, that was tough. But anyway, that was the song that did it. It became an earworm. And for me, earworms go one of two ways. One, I get angry and I want to smash, which is It's a Small World type of something for me. I hear It's a Small World, it gets stuck in my head, and I want to hurt things. Or the earworm gets in there and I keep repeating it to myself, and then I have to be like, okay, I have to hear the song again in its entirety. Now I have to look up the lyrics, now I have to look up things about the band and fall down that rabbit hole, and so you can guess which category Stray Kids fell into. Yeah. Now then, I have only been listening to them for a few months, so in no way am I going to claim myself as a stay. I have not poured my fandom blood, sweat, and tears into this band the way that I would consider a stay as doing. Also, I know if you're of a younger generation, having someone old enough to literally be your mother is probably not someone you want being a part of your fandom. But there we are. For those of you who did welcome me at the concert and was very kind to me, thank you. Um, it was a day. Look, I bought the tickets. I did not at the time realize that it was the last show of this concert tour. I just knew that April 2nd worked the best for me for the LA shows because Friday night would have been a disaster because of work. By the time I got out, by the time I tried to get down to where the stadium was, it would probably have been 9 o'clock before my butt was in my seat. And I didn't want to be getting there at 9 o'clock. The show started at 7:30. So Sunday made sense. Don't have to work that day. Can go down whenever I wanted to. And I went down stupid early. So let's get into the day of. Day of, I wake up. I attempt to do some stuff with my makeup and hair. You will see it. It was why, but you know, sometimes you just try. Filmed an intro for this. Like I've said, it was a disaster. I was riding an anxiety train, not because of the show itself. I knew that was going to be amazing, and I knew once my butt was in my seat and the show was starting, I'd be fine. But all of you out there who have anxiety, you know, going to a place you've never been before, going by myself, worrying about how I'm going to get there. Should I drive? Should I take the subway? Spoiler, opted for the subway, which I haven't taken the subway in Los Angeles probably since the pandemic. No, I take that back. I think I took it last year to Festival of Books. And thankfully, the stadium, BMO Stadium, is on the same route as the Festival of Books. It's just when I get off at that stop, instead of going right, I'd go left and through Exposition Park and behind it. Whereas Festival of Books is literally just like right across the street at USC. So I decided subway it was. It has gotten super sketchy. It's always been a little but it was on the level that day, and I knew that going back it would be after like 11 p.m. and again I'd be traveling by myself, so I always have to be cognizant of those things. But when I thought about having to deal with LA traffic to get downtown and park, I just realized that wasn't, no, the subway made more sense. So taking that down, got to the venue. I admit the doors weren't opening until 5. The show starts at 7:30. I got down there about 2 because I just didn't know. I didn't know where the stadium was. I didn't know how far my walk was going to be. I didn't know what the line situation was going to be. And I needed to scope the place out because anxiety brain, if you've never been somewhere, you need to know. You need to know where your exits are. You need to know where your entrances are. You need to know where everything is and kind of situate yourself in the environment. So, got down there, went to the merch booth that was sitting outside. Already knew I would be able to get the sweatshirt I really wanted, which is the one that had like the world tour on it and like the purples and pinks on it, which was okay because I got this one instead, and it's got the tour cities on the back of it. And I had no intention of buying the light stick, so I was okay with the fact that that was sold out too. But again, I got the sweatshirt, so all good. I always generally only buy like shirts at those things anyway. So then walked around a bit, looked around at the different entrance points, knew I was picking the wrong entrance point for where I was sitting. I was going in on the opposite side of where my seat was, but figured that would be the smartest choice for me. And in the meantime, had picked up the banner from people who were walking around handing them out and sat myself down in the line that I chose at about 2:30-ish. So I was fairly close-ish towards the front and not the back. The other reason I wanted to do that is because I just knew with all the other things that were going to be going on in my brain, the last thing I wanted to do was try to get down there at like 3:30, 4 o'clock and be like way out in a line somewhere, and all of those people trying to get in, and you know the lines aren't single file, and so people would be like crowding in on each other, and I just knew I couldn't deal. So my decision to get down there stupid early made sense to me. And again, I wasn't the only person doing that. So about 4:30 something, they started kind of lining us up towards the entrance point, and the band did their pre-show warm-up, where I think some fans could purchase like their different set of tickets to get in and watch that, because I could hear them all screaming in there. I tried to film it, which couldn't hear the group warming up. All you could hear was the people talking around me, and woo, because we could hear them. So unfortunately not a video for that. Then we got in, and I immediately headed to the restroom, bought something to eat, bought some more water, and got down to my seat and just kind of took it all in. And then for the next 2.5 hours, I was there. Every now and again, I'd get up and walk around a bit, take some more pictures, look around, just kind of, again, just settle myself in, right? I just had to, this is where I'm sitting. This is where the exits are. This is where people are. There was no one between me and the next set of people in front of me, which also helped a lot. So yes, I may have paid a pretty penny for my seat, but it was the right choice for me. Again, the fans who came and sat around me were very nice. We struck up conversations here and there, just in general, and then the show started, and everything else no longer mattered. So, on to the clips and photos.
Our outro. Intro. Are you guys ready? Yep. Well, let's go. 1, 2, 7. Hello, we are Strumpet. Good. This is Lino. Awesome, great. This is Hot in the building. Hello. I'm your baby breath. Chuck his hands up. Everyone, it's 1 by 10. Hi guys, this is Strumpet. LA boy, cement right here. Jump in the stadium. What's up? We went through a lot of songs, didn't we, sing? Yeah. Okay. We started off there easy. Yep. And ended up with God's Menu. Alright. Now we're going What? Oh. Hi guys. It's nice meeting you guys. How you guys doing? Yeah. One of them will say freeze, you guys have to say silent, make no noise, and then when they say dang, that's when you think they're crazy, okay? We'll try. We've never succeeded, so we'll try, okay? After you. Let me give it a try. Make some noise, make some noise. Dang! Finally, end of the tour. Yeah, wow. Thank you. Since it's our last show, I thought it might be good to maybe turn things up a little. And it's one of Changbin's favorite songs. Don't go to other concerts.
And that was it. What can I say? It was so much fun. I'm so glad I bought the ticket. I'm so glad I went. I'm so glad that I was able to do so. I know they did very limited shows here in the US and anywhere else in the world, and I really, really hope going forward they get to do more and that more fans can go and see them, because it was great. I'm very blessed to have been able to do that. Yeah, it's been a long time since I went to a concert like that and just sang and danced and just had an amazing time, right? And it was just so great to watch all of the fans coming in and to see the fans who were dressed up as members of the group in different videos, or their interpretation of it, and just watching the fans come together. I mean, that moment where the show is about to start and the music starts playing, the lights have gone down, video screen's going, and all of those light sticks are going, and you're just looking around, and you just the feeling that comes over you in that moment, because that's the moment where everybody is together, right? That energy, the fans all coming together like that, like, ugh, nothing beats it. And then the moment, where they showed the videos of Stays talking about how much the band means to them and what they've gotten them through. And I understand that. I have had bands like that. I have bands like that. I get it. And just to see those moments, the fact that they show those during their concert, I just find really beautiful, because it just gives the fans a moment to again feel like they're in touch with not only each other but with the band, and then we all hold up our signs, and again, it was a moment. It's a moment I have never experienced really in a concert before. Like, I've been to concerts where, you know, people all do something at the same time. Like, if it's a Star Wars concert and everyone raises their lightsabers at once, or a Harry Potter concert and everybody's lifting up wands or lights. But it's nothing compared to what this was, and I'm not going to do it justice trying to explain it. And just watching the other fans and the emotions, and yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And of course, like, Stray Kids were on it. They were 1,000% energy and entertaining, and yeah. So, um, they ever come back here in concert, I will more than likely be buying a ticket for that. I think I am going to be a fan for a while now, and excited to see what they do in the future. And yeah, that was my Stray Kids experience. Until next time.